Hello, friends. It is I. With Star Wars breaking news, I am not the biggest fan of Star Wars. I've grown up with it as Lego Star Wars, and I went Lego Star Wars, the movies. I grew up with the prequels. The originals I still like, and the new ones which I have not grown accustomed to. As in, I've not seen The Last Jedi and I've not seen Rise of Skywalker because, I'm not a fan. I do like the Lego games though. Always like the Lego games. So they are touching the High Republic, 200 years. And I don't have an issue with it. I see it as an opportunity to take it in a new, old direction. I know they've kind of been time traveling with movies, and not in a literal sense, but, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, now they're going 200 years in the past. There's the Eternals. So let's talk about that trailer, though. I do not have a lick of faith. I feel like the movie will be limited by things it set up that was not written by them. Not seeing George Lucas, and I feel like the people who were there they're younger. A lot of them are younger, or they're still 50, but I feel is that we will know what happens in the movie. We will be limited to characters because certain things have to happen a certain way. And you may say no, because it's 200 years. How much can 200 years change? Well, I don't know. But I feel is that if it has any impact and you go, wait, that doesn't make sense. That won't make sense. That won't make sense. And that's writing in reverse. I do see it as it's so far gone that it doesn't matter, but I also see it as then I see it as weird, I guess. I see it as certain characters that exist, you still have to set everything up. And I know, it's like, oh, like I keep saying, 200 years, 200 years. But with Star Wars, it's kind of iffy, like tech and all that, and certain characters. But I also didn't like the staff. Will not bother me. There's nothing wrong with a diverse staff. There's nothing wrong with politics. There's nothing wrong with the the way they do it. I did have an issue with reading the board because I did feel as though it was written by people who have experienced Star Wars, but I don't I don't feel as that they know how to create Star Wars. And the issue with the other ones, I could go into that for days, even though I've not seen them. I know about them. I'm maybe gonna pick up the Lego game, but I read the board, and I felt as that it was very simple. I know they're not trying to give away certain aspects of what they want to write, but the idea of we need feelings, and they put diversity twice, and I'm like, well, yeah, duh. Like, you have to have feelings, you have to write feeling. And then it's like, duh, I mean, just hire people. Like, I mean, it's Star Wars. There's like a million alien races. It doesn't matter. But are they really up to the task? Because personally, I would like to see George Lucas in there. I would, because he kind of planned it out. But he probably did have plans for the High Republic, and he could help them out. He's not the best writer. He does need help in himself because, prequels. But with how bad the new ones have been received, I don't feel that they are running on a hype train. And going to the Old Republic, people don't care because Star Wars is the Skywalker saga. it shouldn't be, but to normies like me, it is. And with Mandalorian, it definitely has taken a step out, but I don't know many normies who have watched the Clone Wars because it's a cartoon. I don't know adults who have played the games because they're adults. So when it comes to the High Republic, there are going to be a lot of SWTOR, KOTOR, whatever fans, and yeah, they will look at that and they will judge it based on the games because I'm pretty sure that's the High Republic from what I've heard. I've not played them because they are not a good experience if you're not willing to play them. But I see dinosaurs too. That was one that bothered me. I'm like, is that, are you creating an alien race of dinosaurs, or are you looking to create prehistoric versions? And I don't know. I don't feel that it is time yet. It is time to. I feel like they should look into the Mandalorian, explore that. They should get the Clone Wars finished, but they're already writing another movie or whatever they want to do with it, and that's wild. That doesn't make any sense because whenever I hear Star Wars, I don't initially think of those three movies, but I would I do worry though with like how they'll handle Yoda because he's pretty old. I wonder if Palpatine is gonna be there. Like I maybe not. Like I know I just besides like I know people are gonna go, man, diversity though, man, diversity though. I just wanna see good designs. And it's almost like Star Wars recently has not been the worst when you don't touch the Skywalker saga. And I'm hoping, even like the Marvelites, like Kevin Feige, I seen him in the writing room or somebody who looked just like him. And an individual I would like to see. This is what everybody wanted with The Last Jedi was gray Jedi. And if you take that and run with it. You take the idea of, Sith and Jedi, and they just go, nah, nah, nah. Personally, I would be more interested. So this is gonna be the idea, because the Jedi in the games were talking and had the same ideas and kind of functioned in the same almost exact word for word way of the prequels, which it kind of shows that the Jedi are not the most, because we for sure know that the Jedi and the Sith, their religions, they kind of exist outside of everything, even though they do influence. And I would like to see non-affiliated Force users, because that would be interesting. I would like to see Grey Jedi, and I would like to see more of how the universe functions with Jedi and Sith. And I think that's what they really need to focus on, is a perfect mesh of the prequels, the sequels, and the sequels, and try to like bring in every idea. And I'm pretty on the kind of Marvel aspect of it, where if you have unaffiliated Jedi or unaffiliated Force users, how will the Jedi in them see them? I'm not looking forward to like a cinematic universe where they summon, together to fight, and I'm just like, I would like to see a lot of that, and that's where I don't feel like their team can write that, and it's just a me thing. I've not seen the Clone Wars, the new season, because I think that's stupid. I mean, by the time, why don't they just make it the the Clone Wars animated movie, or the the last one. I can't remember the last prequel. But it's nothing against the team, even though I keep throwing them under the bus. It's more of the ideas that I don't feel like the modern writers. I feel like there's been such a lack of, Disney. They step in, but they don't step in. And Kathleen Kennedy has kind of tried to be Kevin Feige and tried to do, but she just isn't hitting it. And if Kevin Feige is on there, I feel like he's more Marvel centric. And I mean, personally, I would like to see another Rogue One where they're just individuals. I would like to see more Mandalorian, more raced movies. I don't think the Jedi should be touched for a while. I think Star Wars, we've learned that if you focus on them too much, you end up with the sequels. But then if you have Rogue One did pretty well, and it gets me to where, not where I worry, but to where I think, where I want to put out ideas. And as a consumer, I just want a good product. I know I shouldn't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. I know I shouldn't listen to a lot of word of mouth, a lot of YouTube, because everybody's an entertainer. But as someone who experienced the first movie, I was never a fan of Rey. I was never a fan of Kylo. I really like John Boyega. And I feel that the way they wrote all these characters and the way that they took in all these directors, Star Wars is going to have to steal a team as one director for 3 movies. And I don't know if they can handle that, because I think that was the problem. But if you do take it and run with it, you take the one director for 1 or 2 movies. But I think Star Wars works as an overall story and individual stories, but as like the trifectas kind of worked, like the trilogy. But what do you I think Star Wars is too limited by people who have watched Star Wars, where they want to do the old Star Wars, they need to be the old Star Wars. But I think we just need more, like with Marvel and everything. We need, I know new ideas don't sell, but I'm hoping that after watching it, and they're going to get criticized, that Disney and them and their staff really take in, instead of going like, we need diversity, we need dinosaurs, we need feelings, take it in, and just not even watch, but just create. But I think I've gotten on most of what I wanted to say. I am going to keep updated on the Star Wars thing if I hear something super, 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 super important. But I'm more or less going to sit and kind of dwell on it and keep an eye on it. And like I said, if anything happens, I'm going to throw my ideas out there and I'm going to talk to people, and I would like to hear what you guys think. But if you guys want more Disney, if you want more Disney Star Wars, I'd like to know. If you want, more Lego Star Wars. Personally, more Star Wars means more Lego Star Wars. But I'm just a kid. Hopefully, I've said anything interesting, and if you have any opinions, comment below. Thanks, guys.